Well, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back. And it's a Sunday today, so these guys are on contract. All right, fellas.
Yes, sir.
Out of YouTube. All right. So here it is. The roof coming on. Going right out to the corner. So that area all the way up on the top up there is going to be where the ridge is. So everything comes off of that. And they're trying to secure it so it doesn't move. And once they start getting it corner to corner and then down the middle, then it starts firming up. So pretty cool. They'll come off 2 feet as an overhang out here. So that's not going to be a problem. They just have it temporarily there. And it's kind of weird to actually watch a roof being built with a truss by hand up at height. You know, in States, England, usually you just purchase the engineered ones. They actually come, you just tell them what sizes you need, whatever, and they come finished. These guys make their own trusses here, and it's quite an interesting process, and when they get a bit further along, we'll pick it up and we'll have you see what it looks like. Okay, see you.
Well, a very good morning to everyone out in YouTube world. Craig here as always in Kamabai. Beautiful sunny day here this morning, and I thought we'd bring you an updated video on where we are on the roof. And you can see it behind me. The sticks, as they call them, or the trusses, are coming along quite well. They are on the far side of the house over here, so just behind me. And they're working their way around to the front because the front has the dormers in it. It's going to take just a little bit longer to deal with that, just because of the general nature of the dormers. But I'm going to get up there and help them with that. And they'll put the trusses in on either side and down the middle, and I will stand the wall up in the hole. And I've got to make the wall to stand it up. So yeah, we're all trying to work as a team here, and I thought I'd get myself in the video this morning and say a very good morning to you. We appreciate you always being here with us, and we're trying to keep in good spirits. We haven't had water here in 8.5 days, 9 days. They're still trying to sort out the borehole, just trying to find qualified people to get up here and troubleshoot to find out what the situation is. It's not the electricity. The plumbing seems to be okay everywhere, and I do believe it is the depth of the pump that is actually 180 feet down in the borehole. I think they need to actually drop that down probably about 5 meters, probably about 20 feet or so. Yeah, so we're trying to find good quality people to get up here, but it's been tough. You know, we've been very spoiled by having a 10,000 liter tank here and not having to worry about water. But April is the worst month because it is dead in the middle of the dry season, and yeah, it's just the way it is. So it's happening now, and it will not happen next year. All right, so yeah, so that's where we are there. I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera off and get around to the other side, around the sides of the house, so you can actually get a better perspective of it. But you can actually see the pitch, the flat pitch up on the roof, all the way on the top, and then the small one that actually comes off from the sides just over here. There's another one on the other side, and the kitchen area just behind me over here. So that's a bit of a tricky area over there, and they're going to be working on that today, and we'll see how they do with that. But they're constantly asking me to come up the stairs over there and get up on the deck and ask me about heights, about void areas on where they can actually attach sort of lower walls on the floor upstairs to the trusses. And you know, it's been raining here, and all my pencil marks that were actually on the ground have been washed away. So I've got to look on the plan, get my tape measure out, and measure out where the void areas are for them so that they can actually put more supports, because this is a suspended roof. It is not sitting on walls up there. It's actually the whole middle bit that you see up in the center up there is actually sitting on the 2 pillars across on either side of the octagon grate room. So luckily we have those there, and we found the middle. And yeah, that's how we're rolling here. They're giving us sort of a barn style look and just open on the inside, and then we'll stand the walls up inside. So let me turn the camera around and show you where we are, and we'll get on with it from there. Okay, so we'll see you in a few minutes. Okay, see you.
Okay, everybody, I'm back, and this is the French door that comes out onto the open deck. So using my circular saw to actually cut the boards. They're not that difficult to cut, and they're doing a good job with that. They've got their own circular saw, but they've only got one battery, and after 10-15 minutes it's gone, whereas mine keeps on going for about a half hour, 45 minutes, and we've got bunches of batteries. So this is what it's looking like. This is what I'm talking about as far as the floor goes. So I'll come in and mark everywhere where there's going to be a wall. Here's the shower. And then we're talking about the shower and the headroom on the running rafters. So this is not too terribly bad. I'm just going to step into the shower area. So it's about 2 feet above your head in the shower, which is perfectly fine. That'll be fine, and that's pretty cool. The toilet we've been able to move back a little bit because of the height of the rafters. All these boards are temporary in here, and this one will actually be moved over to this area right in here. So this is the bathroom upstairs to the bedroom in the front here. So that is the dormer in the front bedroom here. This is the big dormer with the 3 windows right in the middle, and there's another matching one on the other side for the far bedroom over there. So this is a long wall that comes around the balcony area, and you can imagine up here where you've got handrails going around here, and you'll be able to look down into the great room area. Okay, so pretty cool. I'm going to pan up to the sticks here, the trusses. They've built this all by hand. Nothing was delivered here except the wood, and they've been hammering it all together. You notice that it is suspended up on top of all the pillars. Those are going to be concreted up. This is the ceiling height around the balcony, and the ceiling height in here is that big beam that goes across there. So that is the ceiling height for down here. So that's pretty high. It's about 20 feet, so you can't complain too much about that. They've left me a nice big gap up here for the 3 windows that are going to be here, and here's the bottom of the window right here, and there's going to be 3 sitting in there, okay, eventually, and they'll get all the OSB board up on the roof here, and it'll all be closed off. It'll start looking like the picture does, and that's always a plus. It's taken us a long time to get here. We've been here in Camabai working on this since January of 2020. So, fellas are always in good spirits. All right, mate? Yeah? Yeah, cool. Thank you. Thank you very much. So, let me just pan over here. Here's the bedroom on the other side with the dormer. It's going to be a nice big window, picture window there. So you imagine coming in here into this bedroom and looking out in the morning, and that's what you get. So you can't even get a picture that nice out of a window, and that's going to be a beautiful thing for someone staying up here as a guest. So on the floor, you can see where I've marked in the bathroom up here. So this is all bathroom in here. Okay, all in here. And back here is the mechanical room. So all this in here and in here, and there'll be a window right up in here. A little square sort of window. We tried to find something that was more ornate, but they were so bloody expensive that we just went with a square window. And those are that window and the one on the other side. Those are the only ones that actually open out. Everything else actually opens in to the house, or tilts in. They're called tilt and turn windows. and those are the only two that actually open out. So this is what it's looking like underneath when we put the OSB board in. I'm gonna keep the rain off of this house, and it's looking pretty cool in there. So the interior walls, I will come in and put the interior walls in here, and after they're done, and create all the rooms. But that's a little later on. We have to make sure that we get the walls up downstairs here in the master bedroom. We need to still get a wall up here and a wall over here for the stairway, and there's going to be a wall coming up just in here in this area, and you can see this big wide expanse on this truss. So about this height it's going to flatten off. So I'll have them put boards in there for me so that I can get a ceiling in there fairly easily. But they'll have to put the boards up, the support boards for my wall, and I've marked it all out. They're all here. Some of them are in pencil because I ran out of paint, but yeah, it's all good. Let me go ahead and look over the side. We had to build this beam because I forgot that we needed this beam here, and it should have been concrete, but I didn't do concrete here, basically because there is a bathroom underneath here, and it would have just been put on top of the floorboards, and I didn't want to do that. So I think leaving it and having to do it in this pepperwood, which is very hardy and resistant to insects and everything, is the best thing to do. This is going to be the outside roof here, in here. Okay, we'll finish that all off, and we'll have OSB on there. And the fellas are down there working on the retaining wall for the toilet down there. Okay, so they're doing a pretty good job. They're almost there. I think that is going to be the finished height of that 3 blocks high. We don't want it too intrusive. We don't want to be looking at a wall sort of too high over there. It's just to make sure that the water sort of comes down and around the toilet area this way. We don't want to flood it into here. So they're doing a good job down there, and lots of work going on always. Down there in the distance, I'll pull it in here, you can see that the retaining wall and all the 12 pillars for the container is all done. It's all been concreted, the tie beams are all done. Everything is 3 feet off the ground and a 7-foot wall. So that tall wall you see is 7 feet, and that will help keep any of the rain that washes down that way away from the container. So everything's always being pushed down into the swamp area, which is down there. So we're always thinking about water and drainage, and you have to do that here, because when it does start raining here in June to late November, mid-November, you know it. And what they're doing here also, I'm going to show you. You can hear them hammering away here. Is they're tying down the boards. Okay, so you can see them tying the roof in with these cutter rods and hammering them in. So if any wind comes sort of underneath the parapet, or the soffit as they call it in other parts of the world, they call it a parapet here. This area here, it'll all be closed off, so there'll be a fascia board sitting down in front there, and then the board that comes in. So it shouldn't be too terribly bad. It'll be sort of closed off so that the wind doesn't come underneath the roof area, because it is sort of an open area up here. So that is about it for me right now, and I'm going to go ahead and leave you guys. Oops, sorry about that. I'm going to go ahead and leave you with a picture-perfect view of what Kamabai is all about. You've been seeing this picture for a while now, but it's a beautiful place. Hopefully we'll be able to get this roof and the tin on this in the next week and a half. That will be the ideal situation, and we'll try and get a video of that after the music starts on the house. All right, so we will see you all later.